we're living in the United States of America, which is one of the most diverse countries in the world, and you add that we are all indigenous people in this country, and you add that we are surrounded by the industrial and technological reality you see everywhere. We're surrounded by the distractions, the temptations, and the spiritual side everywhere you go. How this all plays into the continual loss of our cultures, or the continual sustaining and reclamation of our spirituality and culture as indigenous people of Turtle Island, is that our languages, ceremonies, and traditions, just about anything in your culture, no matter what nation you come from, is connected with spirituality in one way or another. Now, there's this obvious imbalance for us as human beings in this world. Life is full of nonsense that pull us away from your spiritual teachings. And the spiritual teachings get distracted because of all the things such as technology, drugs, alcohol, and materialism. Those are all spiritual killers in reality. John Trudell and Russell Means were both founders of AIM. And the reason why I'm bringing them up is because they're held in high regard no matter where you go in this hemisphere. From the tip of Argentina to the very top of Canada, their name is known. Because they fought for us. They spoke for us. They also, they spoke at a time that was very important, when we were facing cultural and spiritual obliteration, complete genocide of our way of life. And when they spoke, they said enough is enough. Nobody's going to speak for us. Nobody. Tired of waiting around. So they challenged and went to war with the United States, be it in the court of law or physically on the ground, such as Wounded Knee. And the most important thing is they became the embodiment of our people. Of all the anger, frustration, trauma, and pain that we have gone through to be here. That you have all gone through to be here. And we need to hear them with all we are. Spiritually, emotionally, physically, mentally. Because a lot of those teachings they have left behind, because most of those guys are gone. The old people are disappearing like that. Nobody's saying anything. Nobody's doing anything. And so, with those teachings, they're there to help us continue as a people, to keep our distinct way of life, our identity, because you all come from beautiful and rich cultured people. And it is sad for me to see that a lot of you guys don't do anything about it. You give up too easily. Another thing is that without those teachings, many of us don't understand why we feel the way we do. It is very important to understand where you come from. Because many of us have depression, anger issues that we don't understand, anxiety, and we got anxiety. We're unable to understand these for the majority of our lives. And so we fill it with those temptations and distractions. Russell Means said, at the beginning of the 20th century, American Indians numbered 230,000, all traditional. With each succeeding generation, we lose a population base and our spirit as they once proud peoples. All other peoples have risen with the gross national product, GNP, but the American Indian line of deprivation has remained constant, a straight line. With the blatant genocide of our traditional people, we are losing about 1,000 traditional people a year since 1900. And we are also losing a distinct value system that sets us apart from the industrialized world. And this is proven in tribal statistics and facts. That was what it means in 1989 when we went to court. 89. 30, 40 years ago. We, as much as we like the society we're in at times, we're sacrificing our own identities and spirituality to be a part of it. In essence, we are dying just to fit in. And we need to understand that Western medicine and doctors, they don't take into account the healing that we need as human beings. A lot of us, when we go to doctors, we don't get spiritual healing. They just give you a prescription and that's it. Done deal. Because they scoffed at us. But here they are, recently. Our tried and proven ways of healing, the Inipi, Sundance, and they're just now studying those and seeing that they really work, they really help people for things that we have known for thousands of years as ways of healing. With identity issues, a lot of Native kids that have grown up in an adopted family of non-Indigenous people, or those that get taken in by family members that don't know anything of their culture or ways or people at all. And even our own people can be disdained or prejudiced against lighter-skinned Indigenous people. And it has effects, you know. A lot of those people grow up either feeling confused or extremely awkward of who they are and where they are, one way or another. An Indigenous child in adoption is 10 times more likely in South Dakota alone to be adopted than a white child. This was stated by CPS, Child Protective Services. It is also stated that half of the foster care in this state alone, half of it, 52%, is your own cousins, nieces, nephews, brothers, sisters. 52%, that's half. And so, it is constantly told that our people need to grow up with us in a good way, because we have lost 1,000 of our own people to foster care since 2010. When they grow up outside of our culture and our people, you lose that connection to your people. And it is very hard to get that back. We are 3.5 times higher than any other people in this country to commit suicide from ages 15 to 24. That was stated by the CNFS, Department of Mental Health. We are also 21% of all American and Alaskan Indigenous people have a diagnosable mental illness. This is stated by the Department of Family and Community Medicine. These are all recent studies. And our children, a lot of them, they get taken from those foster homes and abandoned at 18 because those people no longer have to take care of them by law. Another thing is our children, when they don't grow up with us, they either grow up to be in a very lonely, dark place with nobody to talk to, and that leads them down a really dark road. And our people also struggle with the fact that our children are being sold, basically, by some of our own people. Some for good intentions. You know, there is the reality that a lot of Native kids can grow up in a better home with a non-Indigenous family off the reservation. Other times, their own uncles and aunties may get rid of their child because it's for money. No matter how good or ill the intention, you're still killing your own people in essence. Because to the predator energy, to the industrial technologic reality, we are all seen as nothing more than something to be bought and sold. Nothing is sacred in their eyes. But not us, not our children. Because we are the future. I've seen too many times people carrying around their tribal names and their traditional names just as titles, no meaning. I'm from here, I'm from there. But are you really from that people? Do you really know your ways to claim that you're from that people? Or are you just using their name as a front? Because our ancestors died for you to be proud of your names and where you come from. They were massacred for you to have those. So I want those that hear me, that are willing to do something, go do it. Because not a lot of people are. So I hope that when you do, maybe years from now, you do it with an open mind and an open heart, and be the good people that we could be. Awaninsky, I have spoken. Thank you for your time.